roads we travel when we are young. These travels mold us into who we become as adults. Sometimes the journey brings us to places of happiness, joy, learning, and adventure. Sometimes it leads us to places we never imagined we would have to visit. Our life becomes a collection of our experiences, what we learn, absorb from our surroundings, what visually moves us, and what imprints in our minds. For the most part, looking at the quaint village of Garvin, you would see children playing and neighbors talking amongst themselves. Passing by the stores, you would look in to see the smiles of the customers as they were greeted by the store owners. And the pub, oh yes, the pub, the Thatch, was a place for all to gather, young and old, share stories, share a laugh, sing a song, or just be amongst those trusted and loved from the village. Everyone got along. Everyone felt safe. And to the eye, everyone looked safe, at home, comfortable, just enjoying life in the village. But there was something, a slight feeling of uneasiness, a feeling that there was more lurking in the village than what was seen. You see, illusions in life exist. Our eyes see what is put before us. Our minds process what we see based on what we believe to be right, sometimes not allowing us to ever see what has been disguised as the truth. Well, in this village there was something hidden from the fine folks of the community, but oddly enough, not out of sight. There was a man. Yes, an elder of the village, seen daily by passers-by. He would touch upon quite a few young lives, and create such an empty place in the soul of many, but one would become restless, unable to leave the illusion alone. One would tell the truth. Struggling from the pangs of guilt, a sexually abused child, believing he had done something wrong, would feel the angst of his pain while trying to let the light back into his soul, knowing others face the same battle. Larry Enright, author, was that child, now a grown man, but still struggling with his past. But this wasn't to be the only hurdle this man, born in the village of Garvin, would face. Now a successful Irish entertainer living in the States, a tragedy hit. He suffered the rupture of an undetected frontal lobe brain aneurysm, bringing him to the brink of death and then letting him return. Coming back, he needed to learn most things we take for granted, all over again. Once again, he was left to struggle with feelings of failure, now adding inadequacy. Not able to do what he used to do, not able to express his anger and frustration to anyone, only to hide from himself and his secrets. When people looked at him, they would see his smile, hear his jokes, see him laugh. But in reality, things were very different under the surface. And so the story unfolds, and the madman from Garvin books were born. You see, we all face crossroads during our lives, and we are given choices. But for Larry, the crossroads held only one way to go. All other paths were blocked, and there was no turning back. He walked forward at the crossroads of his life, looked up and saw a street sign, "If you told," with the stillness around him, not knowing how far he would have to travel, not even knowing if he would make it to the end of the road. He took the first step, felt the ground a bit unsteady, but then took the next step, only to find with each step his heart would lighten and his soul would slowly heal. He would begin to understand and see things differently, not fooling himself into believing he could hide, but realizing he would have to bear witness to what had happened in order to help others heal. A different type of laughter would aid him on his journey. True love would still elude him, but he would press on. And if he told, well, that has become the movie about his amazing journey, a journey for all to travel, for healing, understanding, and just knowing that we are never the only ones when things happen.
How did this project come about? Well, it happened many years ago, actually, when I was doing hotel security. During my shift, I would put pen to paper. And I started writing my first book, and I forgot about it until years later. After I had my brain aneurysm, I had an out-of-body experience. I'm lucky to be even here talking to you today. So I couldn't remember my past. And for therapy, I had to write. And 3 books later, here I am talking to you.
How did you feel to address the issues in your writing?
It was very hard for me, especially the child abuse. You see, as a child, I was terrified to tell anybody. Then in my teen years and older years, I was ashamed. I thought I'd done something wrong. So I eventually came out and faced my issues, especially that devil, you know, that I always had these bad dreams about. And I wrote the second book and told everybody about my child abuse. And it's helped me a lot. So I figure if it helped me, it's going to help a lot of other children and parents cope with that issue too. So basically, this is very emotional for me. I could actually cry at any moment because my whole life has been a mess.
What do you want the audience to understand after seeing this movie?
I want them to be in shock, but yet I want them not to be afraid. I want them to laugh, and laughter is a great cure for any issue. I want them to feel like they could look out their kitchen window and see people walking around. Any one of those people can be a child abuser. Any one of those people could be walking around with a ticking time bomb in their head called the brain aneurysm. They're very hard to detect, you know. And of course, this movie will bring the reality of this whole subject to them. Shock them.
Larry returned to Ireland in February 2013. Even though he was not well, his health failing, he was insistent on making the journey. Larry was there to prepare for the indie movie that is due to begin filming in May of 2014.
Gavin.
Larry.
Jesus. Gavin, how are you?
Larry, how is things?
Hi.
So you well?
Well, it's great to see you after all these years.
Welcome back from the States.
Hi.
Great to see you.
Great to see you, man.
Great to see you.
How's all the clan?
Good, all good, all good.
Shop still fantastic as ever,
It's still standing, but yeah, we're doing okay.
Okay. You know I'm going to be using this as one of the locations.
Brilliant. Yeah, we're delighted to hear that. Delighted.
All right.
It's good for business.
Okay, buddy. I'd like to sit down and talk to you sometime again. Have a drink or something
definitely.
with you.
We'll have
okay?
a drink and a chat.
Alrighty.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
It's a beautiful thing, my friend. I have to rush because I have to go and get ready for the spout.
Brilliant.
You know, the cold. Again,
Look, it's been great
adios,
seeing you.
man. Yeah. Great to see you. You're
Yeah.
great. Okay.
You too. See you soon.
Okay, dokie. Hi, my name is Larry Enright. I'm the author of the Madman series of books. I'm here to launch my third book in the series, Don't Blink. I'm also releasing the album, the soundtrack from the new movie that's going to be made from my books, If You Told. Well, I'm here today at the Spout in Kilcullen, County Kildare, Ireland. And if you just look down the road there a wee bit, that's where I was born, in a little village in Garvan. Most of the movie will be shot there. Well, I think I'll go inside here now and meet the gang. Yes, the Spout, Kilcullen, a great place to be. Oh God. How you doing? This is Tommy. How are you doing, man?
Here we go. Welcome home.
Thank you.
How's it going, well, yeah.
So far so good, I tell you. Nice crowd here, huh?
It is grand now, yeah.
I'm telling you, nothing like it.
Can't complain now.
So what do you think of the place being used in the movie, huh?
Yeah, it's great to have it now. I tell you what,
telling you.
fair play to you, bringing business back home to Ireland like that. Very good.
Well, I'll be bringing a lot of business here in May at the start of the movie, you know.
Yeah, excellent, yeah.
And today, this event is done very good.
Yeah, no,
You know, big crowd here so far.
Yeah, it's lovely.
The party hasn't even started yet.
That's it, yeah. Well,
You know, I've been looking forward to this for a long
that'll
time.
help. Well,
Oh my God, so
get it into you.
a pint at the spout, you can't go wrong, huh?
Oh, good.
Well, I knew Larry had written the book and was working on the film. You know, I'm here, he's in the States, but we keep in contact with Facebook. I'd recorded an EP a couple of years ago called Home Ground, and there was a couple of songs in there that I thought might suit the movie, and just the kind of things I was writing about at the time, and the storylines in Larry's book and the film. So I gave Larry a listen, and he came back to me on the song If You Told, that he loved the song, he wanted to use it, and it's become the title track for the film and the film soundtrack. The song, I'd call it a dark ballad. It deals with the subject of child sexual abuse. It came about, I was watching a TV show, I guess 2-3 years ago, one of these political shows where you have a couple of politicians telling everyone how great they are, and a couple of other politicians telling everyone how crap they are, and you know. But they were talking. It was about the time of the Murphy report, the Klein report. All the reports were coming out on the church abuse scandals. And on one of these TV shows one night, there was this man in the audience, and he was a survivor, and he let rip at this panel of politicians, and he told his story of what he suffered as a child. And really after that, you know, over the next couple of days, I just kind of put pen to paper and I wrote a song kind of based on this man's experience, but you know, it's pretty much a universal experience for I think anyone who's suffered in that way. So the song, I wrote the song, and then I went into a studio with a great group of musicians and singers. We recorded it, and now it's going on to a movie soundtrack. The launch today, as far as I know, the CD is going to be on general sale in record shops around the country kind of from next week. I presume if you kind of go online, I'm sure you'll find it there as well. And I think it's going to be a reasonably priced CD, 10, 11 euro, something in that range. But yeah, definitely look it up if you're told, the movie soundtrack. When I was 10, I went away. I was told I had to pray to God every day. And then the night they'd come around, trembling hearts don't make a sound, hoping that you'll not be found. Should not be found. And all you got to do is pray to God it wasn't you. They've got God anyway. If you told you'd be blamed, if you told you'd be blamed. When I was 20, it was clear I've been wrong for many years. Went to the gods to complain. I sat down on a chair, staring at the bishop's glare, wondering if he was there. He said I lied, he was
told you'd be blamed, if you told you'd be blamed. For many years we fought the fight, fought for truth, what was right, till they come in the night. And every shade of shame and scorn they are happy to ignore. We'll kiss the rings no more. We'll kiss the rings no more. And all you got to do is pray to God it wasn't you. They've got God anyway. If you told you'd be blamed, if you told you'd be blamed, if you told you'd be blamed, if you told you'd be blamed.
Anyhow, what I'd like to say, I'd like to thank all the entertainment here today. Right? Ger Loughlin, Sharon Webb is here. Sharon has a sore throat, unfortunately, but she will not be singing her song today. But she is coming up here. I want you to give her a big round of applause. Yeah, where is she? See, she's a sore throat and she's out smoking. Another artist on the album is Simon Sweeney. He has a prior engagement, he won't be here today, but his song is fantastic, it's on the album. So, there will be also a raffle. We have some great prizes. I won't tell you what the top prize is because you'll all blackmail me. Tickets will be going on sale very soon. €1 a ticket, or a deal, 5 tickets for €5. How's that? Isn't that a deal? It's a deal to me. But they will have a gorgeous young lady going around in a little bit with the raffle tickets. The band here are fantastic. So I'll fill you in on what's happening today. We're shooting some footage for a documentary we're putting together between here, Austria, Canada and the United States. In May we'll start shooting the movie here. It's going to, in Atgarvan, we're going to start shooting some scenes. The Spout pub here will be one of the locations for the movie. But don't forget, today is a very special day because you all are great. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on. I have a cousin that came up here from, where's Jesus Christ, where did she come from? Limerick, I think it was, yeah. Haven't seen her in years. As a matter of fact, I haven't ever seen her at all. Until today. So anyways, I'm just going to shut up now. Let the party begin.
Originally from the Curra camp in Kildare. I've done a lot of onstage acting and a lot of TV work and a few short films we made ourselves. The part taken of Larry, I think there's a good story behind it. It's funny but dramatic in its same way, and just me personally love to work in a story like that. Well, it'll be probably the biggest challenge I've had so far, so I look forward to doing it really.
Yes. 6. Excited.
Hi, welcome to Garvan. This is the village where I was born, 1957. Nice little small village in the middle of County Kildare, Ireland. If you look behind me here, you'll see the Garvan National School. This is the school I went to in the 60s. Of course it's all different now, but 1960s, yeah. I tried to learn there. And then, of course, across the street here we have Hayden's shop. Many a good day I had there as a kid. And up on top of the hill we have the old school in Garvan. I also went to school there. So I think we'll continue on up the road and I'll show you a few more little places we can stop and have a chat. So I'll continue on my way now and I'll see you in a few minutes. Over here to my left, 1289 Conley Villas. This is the house I was born in, 1957. Lots of memories, lots of good ones, lots of bad ones. Of course it's all changed now. But a little bit sentimental, so I'm going to head on down the road and show you something that's very crucial to the movie. So I'm going to continue walking on down this road here. Maybe I'll meet some old friends and maybe I won't. We'll see. But this is Garvan, folks. My village. Oh yes. This is an area that brings back bad memories. A lot of bad memories here. There used to be a house over on this side with little steps going up to it. There was an old guy that lived there. Everybody knew him as the friendly guy of the village. Over on this side, there was an old tree stump which he sat on, and it was here that he'd watch the children go up and down this road on their bicycles, and he'd stop and ask them to go to the store for them, and you know. Well, I really don't want to get into much more detail than that, but it's very sentimental to me, and I feel like breaking down right now, and I don't want to.
You have been a great contributor to the movie. How has the project affected you personally?
Just touching on the child abuse, it's happening every day still. You know, more awareness needs to be out there on it, and in that sense, it's great what Larry is doing as regards to child abuse. He's been through an awful lot himself, and you know, being his nephew, family, it's affected us as well as his own children. So it's just great, basically, that this is happening, just to put the awareness out there for brain aneurysms and child abuse.
Are you proud of your involvement in the movie?
Yeah, most certainly. It's a privilege to help on such a great movie. It puts the awareness out there. I'm delighted that Larry has asked me to help out and use my shop. It's absolutely privileged to help out.
What other thoughts would you like to tell the audience?
Just that this movie is very important to Larry, for all the people that are working on it. Child sex abuse in Ireland, but all over the world, it happens. And this movie is going to help so many people that have gone through what Larry has gone through. And, you know, it's affected him in his life. It's sent him to low places, high places. You know, this is where the madman from Garvan comes from. It's all part of it. It's all part of his life. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's going to help so many people around this area, Ireland, around the world, because it's going to go everywhere. But yeah, that's my thought on that. And also on the brain aneurysms, it's going to put people, you know, let people know they need to get themselves checked for it. It's a thing that can kill you.
Are you proud of your dad for addressing the issues of his past?
I'm very proud of him. There's
a lot of issues with aneurysms and the issue with the abuse and all, and I think it's great that the world will get to see it and know more about it.
What are your thoughts about the movie in general?
I think that the movie is has great storylines with the aneurysm, the child abuse, and all the life of the madman from McGarvin. I think it's great.
Do you have a message you would like the audience to hear?
Yeah, I just want to let them know how proud I am of my dad, and he's had quite a hard life, and I just think that it is great that he has the courage to come out and tell the world about his life, and I think everyone should have the courage and tell somebody if something like that is happening to them.
What is Larry like?
Well, I've known Larry for a while now. I think that he's a very courageous person to be able to come out with and talk about the child abuse and how his life has been with brain aneurysms and a lot more to do with his life, and to turn all that negativity into a positive, put it into books, albums and now a movie. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
How do you feel about the movie and its content?
Well, I feel the movie is going to be a huge success. It touches on the very vulnerable points of child abuse. It also hits a lot of points with brain aneurysms and a lot of other stuff as well. So I think, yeah, it's going to be a great success.
What do you hope the movie will accomplish?
My hopes for the movie is that if it can help children who are going through child abuse or have gone through it to be able to confront the issues and maybe seek help, if it can help maybe one person to get screened for a brain aneurysm, it could save their life. So hopefully the point gets across to people.
Are you supportive of the project?
Oh, I support the project 100%. I'm fully behind Larry and everything that he's doing.
I'm going in to visit my sister Noreen, who died while I was writing the last chapter of my book, and I dedicated the book and the movie to her. So we'll go in and see my sister for the first time, and I can't talk much more about that now because I'll wait till I get in there. So I'll see you all in Newbridge. Here in Newbridge, first time. My sister Noreen passed away while I was writing the last chapter of this book. And I'm here along with my sister Anne, Kathleen, Noreen's son Edmund, his sister, or his daughter-in-law, sorry, I'm a little mixed up now, Linda, and my nephew, Paddy Phelan. And this is a very emotional time for me because this was the yeah. I love Noreen to death, and I wasn't here for her funeral. I was sick myself, but you have to excuse me for a minute, guys, because I think I have a big snot hanging from my nose. Forgive me. I'll put my glasses on now, and I'm shaking a wee bit, and I'm going to go off camera because I want to be left alone with Noreen for a few minutes, and I want to thank my family for being here for support for me today. I love them all very much, and I'm going to walk away for a few minutes and say a prayer, and then I'm going to come back, and I want to be off camera. And after this, God knows, I'll bring you back to a garden and show you a few more things. I'll see you in a minute, guys.
Larry, mind yourself.
Noreen, huh? Oh. My mom and dad is also buried here, whom I love very much. Miss them to this day. I mean, who wouldn't miss their mom and dad? My sister Noreen, loved her to death. Wouldn't hurt a fly. Never said a bad word. But I'm going to leave, you know, Noreen, but you're always here in my heart. Noreen, Noreen, the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Yes, that's my sister, Noreen. Goodbye, God bless, I'll see you later. I'm here talking to Anne Batt, a niece of mine, who has suffered a brain aneurysm. So, Anne, tell me what happened, my dear girl.
On the 29th of October 2004, my head exploded. I went into a coma for 3 weeks. And my life never became normal again. I lost all my faculties, my concentration, my problem-solving skills. I have this thing called dysphasia where words and numbers get jumbled up in my brain. I became mentally unwell. My balance is gone. I have to rehabilitate myself every day by walking and doing certain exercises. I lost my marriage, I lost my children. I had 2 brain surgeries. And the second one caused me to have a stroke because they had done a thing called titanium coiling, which was within the groin area on the right hand side of my leg. And basically what they done was they tried to shoot up coils via these little wires right up into my brain. But the consequence and the side effects to that would be that I would have a stroke. The brain would go into a spasm.
So do you feel as if you should have got better medical attention?
Probably, but I suppose maybe one of maybe 7 or 8 people that ever had the surgery in Ireland.
Yeah, well, you're lucky to be alive.
I had to learn how to walk and talk and dress myself again, and my left hand side is completely messed up. I can't use it. I've no dexterity in my left hand. I still find it hard to dress myself. I still find it hard to try and accumulate information that comes through to me. I have to think about everything. If I walk, I have to think for a few minutes. There's always a slight delay with everything that I do. So basically it's like if I see a step, I have to visualise myself walking up that step without falling over.
Are you getting help today?
No.
Are you getting any help from the medical? No help. You're living on your
own.
own.
I'm as good
like
as
that.
it gets. Yeah.
Only for family.
Yeah.
You'd be lost.
Family and close friends now are my major influence and help within my recovery at the moment.
Well, Anne, we know you're going to get there, okay? Because this movie we're going to make is going to let the world know about. It's hard for even me to talk about. As you know, I had a brain aneurysm, right?
And yours was exactly the year before I had mine, which
right.
is mental.
But I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave you on one note. I'm going to give you a big old kiss, big old hug here, and everything is going to be fine for you, my dear girl. I promise you. And I love you, and so do all the family. Okay?
And without family, I'd be finished, really, because
Right. So
your whole life completely changes. I mean, your friendships change, the way you think about things, the way you act, the way you try and problem solve, the way you interpret things. You can become very isolated and very insecure about the way you live your life. And it's only because of my family and my close friends that I am, after coming on as well as I have, and I am as good as it gets now. I've lost all the brain cells basically on the left hand side of my brain. So my faculties are completely gone, and basically it's like if you were to put 70 pieces of wool on a table, all different colours, and you have them all neat and tidy and in the proper shape and form, and it's like somebody comes into that room and basically they will say, for instance, take out all the little pieces of wool and scramble them all up in knots. So my brain is trying to get everything back in its shape and form, into the right colour, into the right ball, and that's never going to happen.
well, we could go talking about this forever, Anne, but unfortunately, we have to stop right now. So, on a final note, would you like to say something to the people out there?
I'd like to say to people out there that In Ireland, there's absolutely very little information about acquired brain injury, about strokes, about people that are young that have them. I mean, you think when you're 70 or 80 you're going to have these things and, you know, you'll die from them, but you never think you're going to have brain surgery for your 32nd birthday.
Mhm. Blow everybody a big kiss there, because we're here to help you. And goodbye and God bless.
How do you feel about Larry?
I grew up with Larry. He lived in the same town. I have memories of him going to the Brownstown market with my father, and it was just it was good crack. He was always good crack, and he was very musical, and it's shining through him now. So he has. It's very positive to keep music in the family. So I'm proud of what he's doing, you know.
You lost a brother from a brain aneurysm. How has that affected your family?
Well, Jerry, it was a shock, you know. We weren't expecting it, but he went at a time that it was hard for me. It was close to my birthday. It was a time I organised a festival around that time. It was hard, but my mother and father, they suffered the most, and they still do. You see it. You see the pain in them still, but they're getting stronger, and it's up to myself and my brothers and my family to be there for them, to support them, and help them through it. Every day is a struggle for them, but I'm there. I'm always there. I try to keep as positive as possible for them, because they mean everything to us.
How has the content of the movie affected you personally?
Well, it opens up the issue of not enough people knowing about aneurysms and what they are. So it's going to create a lot of awareness of the whole issue, and hopefully present a case that you could save someone's life.
Do you feel the movie can help others heal?
Yes, it can help other people heal, because it's going to create, as I said, it's going to create more awareness. People will see how it affects people's families. It might show the healthcare issues here in the country, that there is a problem, that the services are great in some parts, but it needs more support. So it's going to create more awareness of it.
How do you feel about playing Larry's older sister, Bridget, in the movie?
I feel very excited playing Bridget in the movie, and I feel great.
How do you feel about playing Larry's older brother, Eamon, in the movie?
I feel inspired in the movie.
Scott, how do you feel about playing Larry's brother Christy in the movie?
How excited.
How did you become involved with the project?
I was approached by Larry to take part in the project, which I'm delighted that I was asked to do.
How do you feel about Larry?
I have great admiration for Larry for coming out and telling people how his past was and just kind of coming forward and being Larry.
Is it true Carl Emery wrote the song that you sang?
Yes, it's called Hold My Hand. It's a fantastic song from start to finish. It's just an amazing song for an amazing movie.
What was it like to record the song?
It was great fun to record the song. It's an amazing song, as I said, but I look forward to working with Carl and Larry hopefully in the future.
What are your hopes for the movie?
My hopes for the movie are, I'm sure like everyone else's, that it's a great success, and I think it will be with Larry on board.
How does it feel to have your granddad make a movie?
It feels great to have my granddad in a movie. He's a good guy.
Will you want to see your granddad's movie?
Yeah, it seems like a great movie. I really want to see it.
Are you excited that that part of the movie will be made in Ireland?
Yeah, I'm really excited that the film's going to be filmed here in my homeland. It's great.
How do you feel of playing your grandfather as a teenager in the movie?
It feels great to be having such a crucial role to the movie.
Is there anything you want to tell your granddad?
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm proud of him and I love him.
Welcome to Donnelly's Hollow, situated in between my village of Garvin, which is over this direction, and the Curragh Camp, which is over this direction. This was one of the safest playgrounds around. Every kid played here. The Curragh Plains. It was a fantastic place. As you see, we have a monument here to Dan Donnelly, the famous Irish bare-knuckled boxer. He bet an Englishman here in the 1800s on his second fight. And these are his steps, walking over yonder that hill. As you see behind, the kids are still playing to this day, and it's fantastic. But yes, I felt safe here with all my, my buddies. We used to play all around the furze bushes. We'd burn half of them, but so did the guys from the Curragh Camp. We'd have our camps in there. But I tell you, the village itself was not a safe place for any children because of that one guy. Well, I'm finishing up my wee bit of a talk here now about things that went on in my life, and I will be travelling on to Canada, Austria, and back to the United States to finish up this little chat. So I'll say goodbye now and God bless. And hey, I'm going to be sad leaving Ireland, but I'll be back in May to shoot the movie everybody wants to see. Ah, yes. Looking back has been difficult. The path forward, a bit unsure. But as I retrace my life's steps, I am sure of one thing. The only way I can help others is by healing myself first. My books, music, and the movie, If You Told, have given me the tools to do just that. The movie proceeds will help me help others. The movie is an independent film project being funded by supporters, volunteers, and people who care about others. If you'd like to help, you can contact me on Facebook. Email me at the link shown on the screen. I thank you, and God bless. Larry Enright, author.
Sorry, Carl Emery, is it? Emery.
R-O-Y. Okay, still rolling, and in 3, 2, 1.
Sorry.
Turning over in 3, 2, 1.
Carl Emery. Oh, Jesus Christ.
3, 2, 1.
Carol Emright, oh Jesus Christ.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I didn't get that one, sorry. It's a good long one now.
In 3, 2, 1.
Do you want to stop that there for a sec?
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1.
You have been a great contributor in the support of... Fucking shite.
In 3, 2, 1.
You have been a great contributor to the movie.
Hold it. In 3, 2, 1.
You have been a great contributor to the movie. How... Oh,
Well, it's close to Larry's heart, and it's you know, he's my uncle. I can relate to some issues that he's had through his experiences, but it's sorry, cut that. What other thoughts? What other thoughts? Just cut that. Sorry. My thoughts on it would be just that it's great for such a movie to come to Ireland. It's all local, it's local actors. It's great, but the main thing is just to get the awareness out there. You know, get yourself checked for brain aneurysms. Get yourself checked, not checked. Cut that. Sorry.
Okay.
So, again, welcome to Kilcullen, County Kildare, Ireland. And I'm going in there now. I think I stuttered there a little bit.
I offered him a couple of songs. I said, have a listen, see what you think. And he came back to me with the song.
Hold it, guys, hold it. I'm not going to get this done with the kids.
The song's called Hold My Hand. It was wrote by a guy called Carl Emroy from the UK. No, it wasn't even the UK. The song's called Hold My Hand, and it was wrote by a guy called Carl Emroy from the States.
Three, 2, 1.
Will you want to see your granddad's movie?
And hold.
That's what I mean, he shouldn't be...
You get over there now and let Larry sit down there, right?
Get the fuck out. This is fucking work, I tell you.
I can make anyone laugh.
No, this is not comedy. We need you, we need a comedy.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I didn't get that one, sorry. Is it true you sang the song Carol Emroy wrote? Or something?
Yeah, make it up your way then. But do it in the first fucking day.
Is it true that Carl Emroy wrote the song?
Yeah. Is it true?
Let's try that again.